This evening the workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgard. He turns towards the orc. And no one's going to stop it! Hello? You're a merman who's a landlord. You have to call a con check to try and resist it. My boss, Thalassos, is a pretty nice merman. What do you want to know? I spoke with him, actually. Nice bloke. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Aside from being a landlord. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. Previously, we started off creating our character, a city cleric, or at least one from the past, with high charisma and high wisdom, a social butterfly with no strength, dexterity, or constitution whatsoever. So if I get into combat, I'm kind of fucked. And we are now rising up, having woken up in a Lichhouse, and are making our exit to find a goblin chiefess and a tea shop that got bombed. So without further ado, let's continue our adventure. What's this say? It says Viscon's Lichhouse, but then the end dentistry is scratched out. What's good? Oh, these are the guys I'm politically supporting. Yeah. Hold on. Let me, yeah, the Azgalists. This is. Hello there. Men at work beneath the Azgalist green banner. Okay. Around the amphitheater scene. Sorry. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves out at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of the banner of Asgard, fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. Let me see. Volume could be up a little bit. That should be okay. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Oi, Mr. Cityman! He calls out to your pros. We've made it clear already, we're not moving. No one bit. He suits your shit-eating grin. What's going on here? Just working, the boys will be done soon enough. You hear the other doors laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Great, I was worried there for a second. He looks you up and down. Yeah, okay, great. He didn't expect that to slide. Very great, very great. Now... Sorry, he didn't expect that to slide. Very great. Now, who are you? Name's Thalassos of Sorry. Name's Thalassos of Bommerverse, foreman in the Azgalist Movement of Norway. He's done... It's me and the boys. He's done more good than all of you Uthgard combined, the true speaker of Asgard. Damn, that's a lot of good. Simi exaggerates. He's the older dwarf of Stinkai. I'm not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility is just a poisonous hierarchy. He grins. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off, unless you want that. About this Asgard. What about him? Asgard, Ashmask is a very controversial figure in dwarven myth, as well as history. You're gonna piss off the dwarf, then just pretend not to know who Asgard is. I'm gonna piss off the dwarves. I'm trying to ally with these guys. I like him. He seems cool. Like? He's Asgard, the kind, our liberator. I apologize. He is cool. Yeah, very. I got to ask though, is this a religion? Most certainly not! He scoffs in your general direction. Is it a cult? I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. Cityman, but let me assure you Azgalist was no god, or demigod, or anything related to it. He was a simple man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more. Ouch, sore spot. He's infuriated, but not because of you, but because he has defended his position many times. You boys setting up a play or something? A play? She spits on the ground. We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening the workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Azgal. He turns towards the orc. And no one's going to stop it. Hello? Hot orc woman? Hot orc woman? Oh no. You hear laughing coming from the from across the theater. Papers, Alphos. He grumbles and turns to you. So, what do you want? You seem a bit stressed. No, you don't say. His words drip with the acid from a green deer. So it's it is for noon. I get lads together, and when we arrive, the cursed woman is standing there. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches out for something in his pocket and takes out the documents. We show her the papers. And the papers are no good, she says. Bah! The circle square calls like that. Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We run our right to speak out against tyrants and burghers. They are. Bureaucracy. They sure are playing a game they can't win. So she's wrong about the documents. Of course she is! She's a liar, that one! A filthy liar! Alphonse nods and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents, but doesn't want her to admit it. So what is this rally about exactly? He grunts. Guilds. Guilds. For decades there have been collective bargaining between Norwegian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about the Ultra, but he gave the tight leash on the upper class of the city. The leash was bad for now we can keep the tight leash on the upper class of the city. Damn right he did. Yeah. But look, it ain't same since his death. The Freestriders have burrowed into every dark power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. Is it the Freestriders who make the city rich? I say it makes its people poor. We need change. So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Azgalist party? More or less, yeah. But it's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchases of our labor. Alone we are brittle as a twig in the air. The older dwarf pipes up. A twig in the wind? No, that's not good enough. How about a brittle as a boar with rabies? That's good. Like a twig in a fireplace. He points at you. That's good. I like that. Anyway, the rally will succeed. We just need to get rid of that orc. So we can call out to all workers of this magnificent city, he exclaims, as if there was a crowd around him. What? War with your guts, with your manhood at stake. You do, Mr. Cityman. Shit. Sorry, stuffy nose. Isn't it a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue? Morgue? The dwarf grumbles himself, glances over the Lichhouse stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter, the Azgalist Movement is not afraid of death. You hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big words, Alphos. The dwarf grits his teeth. Damn orc. Can I see the papers? He gives a companion a reply. Let's construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Hey, we passed. Fuck yeah. Just tell him you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. How do you know? Yeah, and I'm also on your side. Your B side. How do you know? I hit him with it. On your best shot at getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. Gain 5 XP. Gain item PPG documents. He handles the scroll. I trust you with the documents, city man. Tell us we're in the wrong. I dare you. Because we're not! The older dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what is actually going on here. Examine certain items in your inventory to access unique dialogues. Okay, I'll take a look. Alright, let's see what this is about. PPG documents. A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to pass. Examine. It's quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement of a political rally at the Circle Square. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature by Boston Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. Darrow, one of the original Earthfolk houses to found Northwick with Earth. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. Earthfolk? Earthfolk, the people of Earth, the ancestors of those who conquered the Asgardic coast. True mythological heroes. The actual text uses an archaic, typically bureaucratic writing style. Have I seen this kind of document before? Never. They must be rare. Oh, document. It is not. I don't like it. Oh, how come? Because it's a legal document. It's a legal document, huh? See... too many words. Fascinating. Alright, examine it in detail. Fuck yeah! Pass! You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It is perfect, not a single error. Except the date. It says that the rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it is expired. Look at the dates. Yeah, it's expired. Stop looking. Yike. Okay. That's rough. How do we want to handle it? Let me see. Phoenix folio after, yeah. Rebind your book, 300 pieces, yeah. Class conflict, no. This one? Yeah. An orc and a bunch of dwarves are in a deadlock. The dwarves want to hold a rally, and the orc is then to stop them. Alba says they have the legal right to hold their rally. Okay. Let's talk. Mr. Cityman, what do you want this time? About the rally. What about it? I checked out the papers. It is there. Okay, what did you find out, Cityman? Yeah, these papers expired, like, last week. Takes the papers and shakes his head. The grown mutters, I know. But the date is just a mistake, you see. I personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after the supposed expiry date. Magistrate? Magistrate. 5 rulers of the 5 districts. They are the Coin Lord, Home Lord, Shield Lord, Food Lord, and Law Lord. Each has a unique role in this city's bureaucracy. Sometimes the titles switch between districts, but generally the housing districts hold the Home Lord and the Palace holds the Law Lord. Housing districts. Now, one of the 5 districts in Norwich, the poorer area on the west side of the river, named as such due to the Earthfolk originally being housed here while Earth cleared out the ruins in what is now known as the Palace. Okay. You should have checked it carefully. They must have done it on purpose. Exactly! That's what I've been saying, Asphalt. I hate the government so much. Yeah, fuck those burger fuckers. Bah! The dwarf shouts onto the amphitheater. Dwarf? Dwarfs. Stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Drill. They build the most of Norway and have a long history with the Earthfolk. It doesn't matter whether that old fucked us or not. We're here, and they can't make us leave. He gives you a menacing glare, and I hope for your sake you're not the sort of lad that she's hired to do. I'm just here to observe. He spits on the ground. Fanska. Fanska, a dwarven word meaning something along the lines of devilry. Common curse word. Devil, lawful evil fiend. They are lawyers, soul traders, and either the most efficient type of leaders or the worst type of middle managers. Their numbers are dwindling as of late, but in Blood City Bay, they still rule supreme. Yeah, that was a swear word. You could tell because the way he said it. Yeah, it's in D&D. There's a clear distinction between devils and demons. Though in other media and in general discussion, they are often interchangeable. In D&D, devils are lawful evil. They are rulers of the nine hells. While in they have like strict hierarchy structures and stuff like that, while demons are chaotic evil and are just pure beings of pure chaotic destruction who want nothing more but than to just, you know, rampage, ruin, and destroy. About the rally? Okay. Good luck with the items. Thank you, Mr. Cityman. I appreciate it. Alright, have fun. Let's talk to Smee. Yeah, Simi, not Smee. The older dwarf puffs out his chest as you approach. And the elements, Cityman. He speaks in a short and quiet manner, as if he is scared of his words actually being heard. The dwarf behind him laughs. Thanks, my mom got this for me. Oh. Don't say something like that, it makes you look pathetic. It's a lovely helm. She has good taste. You made him feel bad for making fun of it. This is not an evil person. Oh, interesting. Brutal honesty might actually win conversations sometimes. Good to know. Brutal. Rut. Bulgarian slang for brother. Specifically the dialect grown out of the coastal slang, a mix between gnome tongue and underclass migrant workers in all the mega colonies. Stare at the dwarf. He looks around. Stare at the dwarf harder. The dwarf glances at his boss. Here for talking then. Stare at him while slowly leaning your head to the side. You should, He shudders and points towards the stout dwarf on the stage. Talk to him. Alright, cool. Good to know. Let's go talk to this troll. Let's see if we can try and get them out of here. Because, God. Something inside this old vase. Incense. Cool. The orc observes you with great interest. Agent Vera. Engage. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something. Someone. Orc? Orc. Big brutes of devilish origin. They're rare in Norwich, but most of them can be found in the Feltire. Feltire, a land of elven ruins with magically fertile lowlands in between. In its center sits Blood City Bay, the largest city on the coast, built out of the corpse, or rather the just head, of Gorgorian. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile, her tusks are gleaming. God damn it, why is she hot? Not just physically opposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her sleeve. A heart with the initials of the Norwegian Freestriders Regiment. Freestriders. Freestrider, the new way! People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly crafted this city. Now it's time to finally join the free cities and get rich! So, like, anarchistic? Free is a collection of city-states in reeds, all united under the golden banner of Freestridism. Nobody will join them one way or another. What is it? What's this? I need to get the voice right. God damn it, why do I have to oppose the hot orc woman? What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I'm the second in command of the guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Do not grab a hand. That's not what that is. Names and labels on them. I'm the cleric, actually. I'm Helm. I'm Ragan. Do not grab her hand. That's not what that is. Okay. I'm the cleric, actually. I'm Ragan. Hello, Ragan. She suits you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. What's the deal with the dwarves? Oh, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. And they won't leave let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says, and winks at you. She telegraphs sarcasm heavily. This is used when communicating with slower individuals. So, should I just hand her the PBG thing I got? With the documents in hand, she could simply hand it over to the magistrate's office and let them deal with it. Don't be furious. No, there must be no, let's not make more enemies. No, wait, I gave it back to Alphos. Whoops. True. Good. You'll be dishonorable to be handed it off that way. Explain to me in detail from the top. It's all just an inconvenience. Oh, I say, pain in the ass. TeddySquare conflict. These lovely Azgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Azgalists? Azgalists, the workers who built this city and want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society, where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? Unfortunately, they need the permission of public gathering, or PPG. They do not have a proper PPG. You picked up on her use of the word... You pick up on her use of the word proper. What does that entail? Proper? We didn't mark for last week. It's expired. But can you believe her? She's not lying. But there's something else. And you're just sitting here because... Simple, really. These dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse. So I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined and arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would, if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they served during the morning, if they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted. Since they were served during the morning, if they do not disperse by the sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin. As it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by whom? She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps. A monopoly of violence here in Tulsa is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Maybe some goblins? The city of Norwich also allows us to employ mercenaries for extra legal enforcement. But the company likes to avoid them in most cases. As you can imagine, most tend to lack that finer touch. There is something shady about this. I don't want anything to do with this mess. Do it yourself. She laughs. I love your high opinion, Alfie, but even I cannot wrangle a dozen dwarves at once. Or however many there are. Hard to keep track. They seem to all almost spawn out of the ground. Sounds like trouble. Trouble would be at least exciting. At least exciting. This is just dull. If only I could get my hands on those PPG documents, and I could simply hand them over to the city and go home early. Or rather, head back to the office and complete the org-size draft for the marketing meetup. Sorry, I've got a lot on my plate. She's having it up to get your sympathy. Truly an amazing actress. You're being manipulated. Careful. I spoke with Alphos. Make a decision. Oh, did you now? Don't get involved with this bullshit, unless you really want to pick a side in this Freestrider Azgalist conflict. The strange of the complaint. Oh, no. Alphos is entirely in his right to hold this rally. Such a powerful decoration. Yet I don't see any proof of whatsoever, or any real argument either. I'm just trying to stop them from holding a lawful rally. It's just a clerical error. The real date is today. You're just trying to stop them from holding a lawful rally. Because I disagree. This has nothing to do with politics. They simply do not have the right to hold this rally of theirs, and I'm here as an extension of the law. Aren't you supposed to be as well? I'm justice first and foremost. Me as well, brother in blue. He's definitely hiding something, but dare you risk to pry? Now, I would love to hear what you actually think. She has a smile. Figure out why she won't let this go and make her leave. Fuck yeah, baby! You get the feeling of unease as you imagine this from her perspective. A formidable woman with lots of pride, her accomplishments are glorious. She's achieved so much, yet sitting here performing this meaningless task. It is not meaningless. It is terribly. Stopping this rally will show the ineffectiveness of the Azgals once more. It will make them restless and annoyed, perhaps making them lash out in the tunnels. That would be even more bad press for their cause. All of this right before the election. And worst of all, enjoying this. Yeah, you just want to stop them from spreading their message, isn't that right? She laughs. I couldn't care one bit about their silly message. This is about what is right. No, this is about money and power, nothing else. Agent Vera, you're going about this the wrong way. Oh? You know her nature. The escalate is simple. Dwarves are stubborn, you know this. Agreed, but you must see how. Leave this place, the dwarves will not hold their rally. They are proud, but they are not stupid. She stares at you, waiting for you to continue. Were you to go away, and with soft defeat, they will not hold their rally. They will leave as well. She hums to herself. Speak with such confidence. You know it as well as I do. The knees on her hands, glancing over the working dwarves. I never liked diplomats. She stands up, her figure towering over you. Little earth god or cleric or whatever you are, tell your friends they win. Done playing. She grabs you by the cuffs, pulling you closer. Being dragged around by this creature makes your innards churn. She stares at you, stares into the slits of your helmet. Don't expect any assistance. She releases you from her grip with a foul expression on her face. Then she walks away down the stairs. But Orc sure knows how to handle little men. She listened to reason, but she did not like it. Interesting. Why did I have to say no to the dwarf, to the orc baddie? There better be a fucking dwarf baddie for me to raise up in exchange for this. Engage. But no, generally, I support this cause more than the Freestriders. She just up and left. The dwarves look at you in stunned silence. Alpha smirks and bellows out. The beast is bellows out. The beast is felled, boys! They all cheer. Cheer with them. Woo! Alphonse gives you a hard pat on your the lower back. Amazing work. To just have her walk off like that. I've never seen an earth god dispense justice in such a guided manner. Truly a wonder to behold. The dwarves glide down after a series of hugs and roars. They look at one another and then their leader. So, what now? The older one speaks up. Well, we, you hold the rally, right? The PPG is still expired, I'm sorry to say. You hold the... Wait and see what he says. Shit. We can't stay. The dwarves grumble. We can't stay. Pack it up, boys, we're heading off. Why spoof, Alphas? Sure, he mumbles. Not much choice when getting screwed from every side. I'm not the type of fool to fight the battles I cannot win. The dwarves turn to you and stick a finger in your face. You're a strange lad, but I see some good in you. If you want to make some real change to on Tolstadt, then join us. Find us down at the crossing. Alphas and his band of dwarves pack up their stuff and... Circle Square conflict completed. Made friends with the Azgalists of Tolstadt. This might prove useful or not. Great! I've solved the conflict. Wonderful. Yeah, awesome. Let's see. Questing tree. Take root? A dozen dwarves and a orc walk into the tavern. The orc turns to the tavern keeper and says, "Hey, give me a large one." The tavern keeper says, "Please don't turn this into a joke. These are real people you're talking about." What's going on here? Let me continue. So the dwarves go? The dwarves have struggled as a minority for decades. They deserve respect and nothing else. The political struggle is never a joke. True statement. Lighten up the mood is to ignore the very real pain in our realms. Whatever. Look, the gist of the story is the orc is hard at work improving this shitty little city. The dwarves are annoying and stupid. Fuck off, dexterity. Got it? You believe for a second the orc wants this city to improve? No, you've seen too much to ever believe such a lie. The dwarves are Azgalist. That means they like poor people, thus making them good guys. The dwarves are, yeah. You're a bunch of lazy assholes! All they want to do is take from the ones who work and give it to those who don't. On the other hand, the revolutionary Freestriders will bring freedom, democracy, and riches to Norway. Democracy? Democracy is said to originate from the early Arcane era civilization in Old Diminoir. It is the rule of majority. Those with suffrage may vote to enable their preferred government. A truly messy and ineffective process. Fuck off. Arcane era. The fourth out of 5 eras. When the Arcanists rose and dominated the entire coast, only to fall when the coast wall crumbled their empires to dust. It was a really tough situation. This was a debate. I had to choose a fucking side in a discussion of helping the working class or instilling democracy. And like, those shouldn't be mutually exclusive. Coast War? Coast War, a near century-spanning conflict between every great nation of the Arcane era. Scholars estimated it claimed more than half of the entire human population. It is said to have begun in 390 AE, by the inciting spark of the assassination of Priestess Ilona, and would generally agree to have concluded with the fall of Thalassos in 481, 57 years ago. The last part is the most poignant. Let us focus on each of those points, one at a time. Oh, come on! Freedom. Freestriders' rule would entail joining the Free City Alliance. Local parties will be focused entirely upon serving the core cities in the Reeds, and there's interest of the trade company. Democracy. While it is true that they initiated the move towards universal suffrage, the Freestriders are known for both ruthlessly pushing propaganda to the vulnerable folks, as opposed to simply buying votes. This is a fact. Ridiculous! Riches. They might bring a lot of money into the city, but it's always going to the factory owners and already rich folk. Yeah, because they actually work. Fuck off, dexterity! This is silly. Without a free side, you'd probably be a farmer. Who the fuck wants to be a farmer? Farming is good, healthy work. Don't change this subject. I feel like I should make a decision here. Yes, you must retain the spirit of the Azgalist Revolution. After completing a quest branch, you can allow it to take root in your mind. When doing this, you must make a choice between available feats. Take a deep breath and stand up against the ever-growing wave of capitalism. You should choose Azgalist Spirit and Speech. With this feat, you restore 1 hit point for every hour that passes. Greed ain't so bad! To be able to unlock a better life for yourself, who wouldn't want that? You should choose Money Talks! With this, you gain 50% more crowns on pickup. 50% more crowns sounds good, but honestly, Azgalist Spirit and Speech, considering how dog shit my constitution, having good recovery options is pretty good. Speech and Spirit. You've chosen well. In true harmony comes from being in tune with your fellow folk. The Dwarven way is the good way, the egalitarian way. Feel like you've resolved some conflict as well. Wonderful. Yeah, Circle Square restore 1 hit point every hour that passes. Fuck yeah. Awesome. Nails beware. Rifle. Advantage in situation where you might hit a hammer. Okay, simple hammer. Cool. We got a weapon. Awesome. Finally. That should help us a little bit considering we're gonna be magic focused mostly. But it's still not, it's good to have a melee weapon. South. Ooh, that's some cool graffiti. An imp. Goblin wall art. Oh, this is probably the route to the goblin chiefess then. Yeah, sure, let's talk. Actually, no. Let's go up here. Let's check out the tea shop. I feel like we should get started on that a little bit. We can return here later. Can we get up there? Man! Who are you? Thalassos, Oppressive Landlord. Okay. What's up? A large merman sits by the sea. Cleric, he says without acknowledging you further. Greetings, citizen. I am indeed the cleric. What are you doing? He opens his mouth and takes a deep breath. Fishing. He does not take his dark blue eyes off the city horizon. Why are you disturbing me? I just thought you looked interesting. What way? You sound like the type of man one should get to know. You nod slowly. Correct. The merman looks at you with a pair of deep eyes. Thalassos is my call. Stand in my garden. Okay, this is all yours? Yes. I don't appreciate the city visiting my property without heads up. This seems like a public walkway to me. No, I apologize. But while you are standing there, keep an eye on the second pole. Alright, I'll sit down. You know it's on the second pole. Look at it. You keep your eyes peeled on the tip. They come in waves. When it happens, it is quick. So we just leave it here? Fishing is about patience, cleric. Takes a long breath. And watch. A professional, eh? You work for the river guilders? He raises thick eyebrows in your direction. No. What do you do then? I operate facilities, apartment complexes mostly. Yeah, landlord, yeah. Keep us uncomfortable. Hold on, hold on. You're a merman who's a landlord. You have to call a con check to try and resist it. No, you know what? Yeah, you're a merman who's a landlord. He takes a deep and heavy breath. A merman landlord? Or not the first to comment on it. Have a laugh. I know, I'm very witty. It's pretty funny, you have to admit. The merman clenches his jaw, facial muscle twitching. I don't mind pissing off a landlord. Merman. Merman, a male merfolk, not to be confused with a mermaid. He grumbles through his teeth. Very funny. He reaches forward and grabs the second paw, grabbing it from you while continuing to fish on his own. The stern nod he sends you on your way. What do you know about the tea shop? It burned up. What else? The merman stays silent for a while, then he mutters to you. You need to find out what happened. If it is an esoteric error with the fireplace, if it happens to more units in this area, I could be affected. I'll personally hold Magistrate Darrow responsible if it does. I don't think the magistrate gives a shit. I do not either. Hence the threat. Do your job. I've spoken with Miska on this topic. We both agree. You must figure out what's happened, cleric. Make sure it does not happen again. We'll see. It's pretty complicated. You have a quest for me? Nothing? Nothing at all? I do not have anything that... No. What about late rents? You have the late rents? Not even delivery or something? Like a fetch quest? Come on, you gotta have something. Everybody's got something. The moment says nothing for a few seconds as if fading think. Then he says no. What about late rents? You have some late rents? I can handle that myself. No secret temple that needs exploring, like a merman dungeon? I'm not gonna say that. So nothing, huh? Nothing. He's patient, very much so. Except... Yes? My tenants have reported a strange light around Pillar Road. But at the tea shop, I do not want to take any chances. Take a look. Strange light? The merman grumbles something. If it has anything to do with the tea shop, or if it is ghosts, or if it is an esoteric event, it was reported to be spotted in the late hours, sometimes at midnight on the road down the field road. I have some resources to pay, but if you wish to do, sure the tenants are not. I have no reason to pay, but if you wish to do your duty, make sure the tenants are not disturbed by such nonsense. Alright, sure. I'll accept it. Not a quest. No? Quests require payment. This is if you do it entirely pro bono. Sure. What are you voting in the election? I'm voting for the Freestriders. I have no strong feelings of your choice. Oh? Why? The merman says nothing for a while. They offer good incentive. An Azgalist rent freeze would be difficult. The naturalists have not been helpful in the past. I vote yellow. You landlords are so greedy, we need more rent freezes. The people must be allowed to live on a fair wage. You know what? I initiated this conversation to hear his opinion. I'm not gonna fucking say that he's a fucking, he's a dumbass. Even though I don't like landlords, but, oh. Fuck, that's also, the apolitical is shit also. Do I side with the nationalists, the Freestriders? Yeah. You landlords, you know what, fuck it. You landlords are so greedy, we need more rent freezes, the people must be allowed to live on a fair wage. He grumbles. You have become an Azgalist. Gain 10x P, 5 times 2 for choosing this political stand twice. Right, he did not ask. You wouldn't happen to know anyone in the fishing guild, would you? He glares at you. No. He says that I washed up from the river by them, and brought to the rich. I fished up from the river by them and brought to the Lichhouse. So I just wanted to check up on that whole business. They did not bring you to Visken. I did. What? He stops looking at you. Wait, really? He says nothing. Oh, he nods. So you fished me up? Yes. We're dead. Dead? Yes. So I brought you to the morgue as one should. Then you come here alive. But that is your business. But I don't understand. I have nothing more to say about that. You should deal with it yourself. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. This means there was a resurrection. And now you need to learn why. Damn, that's intriguing. Here's the conundrum. The merman focuses on his fishing. I have some personal questions for you. Okay. Good. No, pry. No? No, I do, really. He projects a forceful grunt. No personal questions. Okay, fine. Then you're not allowed to ask me any personal. Sure, I get it. Sure, I get it. We'll keep it percussional. Celia. He does a double take. What? Sorry, professional. We'll keep it professional. He grumbles and slowly drops his intense eye contact to instead stare just as intensely on the tip of the fishing pole. That's all for now. Thank you, citizen. Cool. Let's head down. Oh, what's this? An entity, highly uninteresting. Apple. We should probably eat some apples, actually, considering we're a little bit low in health right now, and the hour's not passing yet. We'll eat one. Get us to 6. Oh, can I take off my helmet? No. No, I will not. Alright. Oh, is this not the tea shop? Drunk Sphinx opens at 6 p.m. Yeah, sure. Then perhaps up here? Villa Kiosk. On Kiosk Kid. Hello?
Huh?
Hello there, sir. The kid's behind the counter taps a pile of newspapers. You're Posty. Posty? Posty, a reader of the Novician Post. Novician Post, the biggest newspaper in the city. Founded over 50 years ago. Nationalist aligned, anyone over anything that matters in Norwich will be written about in the Post. I read magazines. Right, we got a bunch. Look fiction, tall tales of terrible tombs. Tall tales of terrible tombs. Magazines contain short stories about adventurers around the coast. Or maybe you're looking for a weekly homestead instead. Weekly homestead if you're looking for a new place. I like fiction. Same. There's so much shit out there. Hard to know what's decent. Kid looks distraught. Never mind. Welcome to Pillar Kiosk. How can I help you today, sir? Looks around. Do you wanna buy something? Yes, I want to buy something. Also, I have a question. Question about what? Mostly about the tea shop. Okay. Looks around. There's much traffic lately, so for sure. I don't have enough money. Can you tell me what do you know about the tea shop? Except that it exploded. That's pretty obvious, yes. It was here, you know. Saw with my own 2 eyes. Look over the shoulders towards the tea shop across the street. I heard it too. Definitely heard it. Walk me through it. Okay. I set up the kiosk at dawn. By noon, the morning rush had calmed down. I remember the bike rack was full. One lane workers mostly commute on the new bridge and flotilla, but the halfway bridge does seem a fair share. Does see a fair share of bikers every day and night. Well, by noon, it was already dead, which is great. Less work for me. Also, no dead in the streets. And so shall. I in the back, though it was a, attack. Yeah. He's implying political motivation. How loud was it? Super loud. Shaky too, almost fell over. What about the fire? I felt the heat, even all the way over there. It was like... the kid gestures a large sphere for you. Really? With fire? Then he mutters, shrinking the size of his imagined sphere. Weird. Gone in an instant. Fireball! I do not care how small the room is! I cast Fireball! With fire? Yeah, it was like... It's gonna sound really weird. I like weird. It was blue. Blue fire indicates extreme temperatures. Only for a split second. When I looked again, the whole building was on fire. But it was normal looking fire. So, I might have just been imagining it. Interesting. I guess. It's kinda weird. Did you see anyone suspicious? Oh, were they? Is it normal times? A goblin was arguing with a human by the temple. Just some mild shouting about some business thing. Otherwise, pretty dead around here, around noon here, usually. Anything else you noticed? Yeah, sure, I did see Mr. Drummer. He's the owner of the tea shop, the tea shop. Usually the tea shop opens in the afternoon on work days. So it's not weird to see him walking about all day. Chatty fellow, buys a lot of newspapers. Where was he going? Don't know. So I'm leaving the tea shop right before noon. Right before noon? Yeah. Right before the massive explosion occurred? The kid clicks his tongue. You put it like that. Look, I don't know where Mr. Drummer is or where he went. Just saw him washing down the stairs, using he headed the water lane like everyone else. Did anyone else enter or leave the tea shop? Just Mr. Drummer, he says, confidence in his voice. It was a boring day, so I pretty much just people watched all the morning. Mr. Drummer was the only one I saw leaving the tea shop all day. Well, until the explosion. Did anyone else, did you see him enter? He stops and thinks. Actually no. I never saw him enter that morning, so I guess he must have slept there or entered before dawn. And no one else entered all morning. Not so. Usually not too many people here, people there in the morning, or forenoon really. Forenoon, that's a good word, I like that. People should say that more often. It's very Norwegian. Yeah? I saw it in an Azgalist newspaper once. They like using dwarvish words like, that. Though my brother doesn't want me to reading those copper papers. Keep reading Azgalist content, kid. Don't listen to your brother. He's probably a fascist. Kid nods along. Okay, calling this guy a fascist without knowing anything is a bit weird. I don't know if copper papers is meant to be referring to price or like material because they're dwarves. If it's material because they're dwarves, then maybe yeah, he's a bit shitty about it. If it's about the price of being it being a copper piece, then maybe not calling him a fascist is appropriate. Anyway, about the tea shop owner. Yeah. Did Drummer act strange when he left? Just in a hurry, maybe. Saw him shuffle towards the stairs in Circle Square, probably heading down to the water lane. What water lane? It's the only place to go. Either that or the Goblin Garden or the city below. City below? City below, short for the city below the city, a phrase used to describe the incredible amounts of tunnels and ruins below Norwich. Lots of monsters and stuff down there, also riches if you delve deep. City below the city. Ah yes, the city below the city! The vast ruins found underneath Norwich. Most define it as the part of the city not yet civilized, although there is a legal definition set in the place for each individual district. Are you sure you saw him? Absolutely, no doubt. He trails off, muttering to himself. He went down the stairs to build a crossing. That's all I saw. Water. He's trying his best to remember. I've been going over to in my head. Pretty, shocking stuff. He's just a kid. Shouldn't have to deal with such terrible things. What can you tell me about the owner of the tea shop? Mr. Drum is a customer. Seems nice enough for a burfolk. A passively racist comment? I've had... He's a kid, he doesn't know better. Though he should be educated on not through saying stuff like that. I've heard he hangs around at the Sphinx a lot. And he's got connections with all sorts of folk. Also, his brother seems to be... if the dwarf thing holds, his brother's probably teaching him some bad stuff. I've heard he hangs out at the Sphinx a lot. And that he's got connections with all sorts of folk. All sorts of folk? Politically. Pascal's used the tea shop a lot. I've got some buddies involved in that scene. That's all about the tea shop. Alright. Can you tell me the news? Boy stares at you. He's thinking of how to explain this to you. So, here's the thing. We sell newspapers here. We? Are you a partial owner in this business? No. This kid is making an enormous profit for his boss each day, probably. But you are an employee, which gives you a stake in the business surviving. Only your boss loses on this exchange. I suppose. Let's fuck him together, you and me. Arn stares at you outreached hand. He glances back and forth for a moment before a smile spreads to his face. Yeah, fuck him. Arn grabs your hand and shakes it. You manipulated this kid like he was a pile of wet clay. You got some Azgalist spirit in you. Whoa, hold on. I ain't green. The boy's scared of the egalitarian dream. I'm red to the bones. As long as you're not a Freestrider, do not be afraid Azgal will return to us. Squeeze his hand. You know what? Earth would be proud of you, kid. Why not? Thanks. What are the news, right? Kid brings a copy of the Post and starts reading. Sad. Would have been more fun if he crafted a news in Norwich. That one's mostly rumors about sensational bullshit. That one's mostly rumors about sensationalist bullshit. It's great. News in Norwich. News in Norwich, the second biggest newspaper in the city. Freestriders Freestrider line, infamous for their gossip and lowbrow journalism. Election week, 5 parties above exclusion limit. Polling shows that the Nationalists are ahead at 40%. The Freestriders and Azgalists being behind at 20 each. The Arcanists and Argarians are holding out just above the limit at around 5%. Argarians? Sorry, agrarians. Agrarians, those who live off the earth, simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of Ascani. A political movement has mostly been swallowed by Azgalists. Suppose are mainly done in rich areas. The human areas. Can't always trust the polls. The party of Norwich is still. The party of Norwich still won't comment on the missing paladin. The party of Norwich? The party of Norwich, the inheritors of Earth's will. A theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways. Headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. This Gorm Scouterman has been gone for months at this point. But here's the drama. Scouterman? Scouterman, the first noble house to be raised by Earth after the founding of Norwich. Famously formed during the parties where Johilda the Bard and with the silver voice performed for Earth, and he enjoyed it so much that he immediately named her nobility and gave her a piece of the city to watch over. Her descendants became loyal servants to this day. Okay. He also has spotted heading down into the city below. Maybe he's stuck finding the undead or something. Okay, sure. I hope the volume's okay. I adjusted it between episodes, but I'm still not sure. Or maybe he's then, after having fought some undead, or whatever. The perfect place for a paladin. He stares at the bottom of the page. Apparently, the party of Norwick is going to hold the election without him on the official list of members. The Lord Patriarch Akesam cannot be reached to comment, it says. Patriarch? Patriarch, a top clerical rank in Norwick, different from the Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Only among the dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage a section of clerics each at the towers. Lord Patriarch? Lord Patriarch, commander of the city forces and top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth. Currently, Lord Akesam holds the title. Having led the city for the past 30 years, he is a withdrawn leader over 80 years of age, and has put the most power in the hands of the magistrates. So, the food Lord Trollmord will now head the list, and Coinlord Darrow will be number 2. I wonder how that will go. Coinlord, the magistrates are handling minting, trade, and financing of public works and tithes, currently held by Nicholas Darrow in Torstad district. Too bad for Lord Gorm, unless he's found before the actual election day, of course. Lord Gorm, the last anointed paladin of Earth, one of the original face of the party of Norwick. He went missing months ago, and many believe he has abandoned his post. If you're heading the city, down into the city below, you should look for him. We'll see. Sure. Anyway, your mother turns the page. Azgalist rallies held all over the city. There's an op-ed about how the chant is being printed illegally and needs to be stopped. Copper press fever added. If anyone knows the location of the printers used in production, producing the chant, please inform your nearest Freestrider office immediately. You don't sell the chant here, do you? No, sir. No illegal papers here. He turns the page. The Agrarian Party has lost almost the entire working class vote. Over half of the city guilds are giving official support for the green cause. The workers should vote in their own. The workers vote in their own interest as a shame. Good, they were useless. The other half is bought by the Freestriders. Yeah. The Agrarian Party seems to be out of the race, or more or less, along with the Arcane Circle and the Conservation Lobby. Arcane Circle? The Arcane Circle, a tiny political party seeking a return to the Arcanist rule and magocracy. They treated it as a joke, mostly, but there are a handful of wizards and noblemen who support it still. The Arcane Circle. The Arcane Circle, a small political party in Norway, and latest poll they had half percent of the votes. It is run by Rubric Prax and his apprentices, and his infamous rotating tower in Ostergrad. Ostrogord. Is it Ostrogord? One of the 3 unofficial districts in Norway. Basically anything on the inland side of the river that's not part of the North Wall. A mostly domestic district filled with both cheap and tightly stacked houses and a handful of mansions and towers. North Wall, one of the 5 districts in Norway. Known as the industrial district for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. This is where you live. Anyone who calls it the North Wall is probably not a local. Everyone who is cool calls it North Wall. Just North Wall. So now it's a 3-way tie from what I can see. The latest polls show 36% to the party on Norwick, 20% to the Revolutionary Freestriders Party, 24% to the Azgalist Workers' Party. At this rate, the Green Cause will win with a landslide. It starts flipping the rest of the pages. Right, that's it, I guess. But interesting. What? No, I just realized there's no one mentioning the tea shop yet. Guess they're keeping it out of the news cycle. Who is? It's not that big of a deal. Suppose no one died anyway. That's all the news. You want more info, you gotta buy one. Unfortunately, I misclicked. About the owner of this kiosk. Oh, my boss, Thalassos. He's a pretty nice merman. What do you want to know? I spoke with him, actually. Nice bloke. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Aside from being a landlord. Yes. Some people call him Oppressive Landlord. Mostly dwarves that come by here. But he's a real nice one once you get to know him. What does he do around here? He stocks the stalls, usually really early in the morning. Beyond that, I think he just does other stuff. There's a bunch of properties around the city, so he's usually pretty busy. What does it pay you? I get about 5 crowns an hour. That's a really good salary for someone my age. That's helpful play. You are clearly being exploited. He shrugs. Other kiosk kids get like half of that. Thalassos is pretty generous. At least that's what my brother said. Your brother is a fool. You need to rebel and fight against your oppressive exploiter. As long as you feel like, as long as you feel like you're selling your labor at a fair price, just remember to stay vigilant. Sure, I don't really know what that means, but yeah, absolutely. He's trying to avoid the subject to not cause you to become more aggressive. I've got some other things I want to ask. Alright, citizen. Hold on, yes? Can I ask you a favor? Anything, young man, you're the future of the city. I heard there's trouble down the water lake tonight. Please go and make sure nothing happens. Okay? Young and dumb. I'll do it if I can. Please. Give me a quick nod. Alright, we got 2 new things. Hold on. Ruffled feathers. The owner of the tea shop is unaccounted for. Look at this birdman and find out what he knows. The owner left the tea shop right before the explosion. He was last seen heading down. The Dragon of Torstad. You're here on the request of Lady Sagely, the Goblin Chieftain in Torstad. Go see her right away. She is in Goblin Garden at the southern tip of Torstad. Okay. Young and down, you hear there's going to be trouble down at Water Lane this evening on your first day of Torstad. Just check it out. Right? Goblin Press Fever, as an Azgalist newspaper is being printed on Torstad. Find the location of the Goblin Press and the name of the secret. A missing paladin, Lord Gorm Norvik, has gone missing. The legendary paladin is said to have disappeared far below the city. Look at the missing paladin and it will make it. Milk Curious, Crown Collection, Coin Capture, Cash Kidnapping. There are many ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. The only way to obviously get this milk delivery gig. Try checking out Water Lane in the morning. Election week, yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. Let's read more on this. The merman Thalassos was the one who rescued you from the river, but he says you were dead when he dropped you off at the Lichhouse. I'll probably have to talk to guy. It says level advancement. It's ready. Okay. Level 2 reached. Ability score, hit points, hit dice, first level slots, second level slots. Let's up my wisdom. Yep, to 14. Cool. I have a second level slot as well. Let's drop by the mortuary, prepare some spells, maybe ask about being dead, and then go. Let's go meet Goblin Chief. Since going around the water lane seems to be a decent next move. Let's handle some other stuff before. Just get our roots down at first. Place where death ends. 2 hit points. Pick me up. Regain 1d4 hit points. It's cool here. Esoteric Ebb. Right, let's engage. Let's prepare some spells. I can prepare 4 spells total. Yep, Charm Person, Cure Wounds, Shield of Faith, Prayer of Healing. Engage. What other gods are there? Many, you know a few. Azgalist Movement was the dwarven god of exiles and egalitarianism. Azgalist was a dwarf low-caste born deep in the Lichhouse tunnels. When he attained divinity in 443 AE, he crashed the kingdoms and formed the Azgal Falcon Forge. On his death in 470 AE, a great civil war broke out, resulting in the exiling of all his followers to the surface, but his influence was felt all around, the undercoast and above, as his exiled dwarves spread Azgalism all corners of the Undercoast. Undercoast, a nickname for the undersea coast. Undercoast, gravity-reversed cavern, sea and archipelago. Right underneath the coast, dig down far enough, and you'll end up passing through the gravity flip, and then you can make the climb. His followers just pray to him, for he is not ever seen as a god. Okay, pray and tranquility. Contemplate the tea shop owner. A bird folk on the run. His shopping in ruins. What's of the business to keep? A famous goblin lead. Reach sharp. Case strong. He wants to investigate the tea shop and report to the content of it. Don't much. Milk. Contemplate milk. Fine. It comes from a cow. Many do not. Now, contemplate something else. Troublesome activists. They are young and brash. You've been there. But both sides want what's best for the city. Perhaps that is the solution. Missing Paladin. He was last seen here on Tolstad. Many know of him. If you find him, you will surely be rewarded. Fall into the river. If it's not an accident, you are not so clumsy. But the question is not why you fell. The question is why do you live? Cool. I'm done here. Save real quick. Oh, all the saves. Cool. Should have remembered that. Alright. Let's ask about my resurrection from our Visken. Hey man. I was dead when I was brought here. Yes. He admits it so easily. I apologize for not telling you the truth earlier. I was advised not to. He puts down his pen and looks you dead in the eyes. When you arrived here, you were deceased. Sometime in the night from drowning, right? Approximately 3 hours before arrival, I immediately began the formal procedure until I received a word from Lady Siegeleaf along with payment. He nods. She wanted you alive. The lady had been notified of your arrival here. As such, I prepared a resurrection. You res me? I resed you, yes. That's powerful magic. It is. I have my sources. The Pale Man holds an incredible power if he is able to bypass esoteric limitations. The esoteric limitation. I suggest you speak with Lady Sageleaf about this. If you require answers, I am simply a middleman. What spell did you use to revive me? He's quiet for several seconds, considering if he could share this knowledge. Raise dead. Raise dead, a 5th level necromancy spell. It raises a creature from the dead. If the time of passing is within 10 days, it is highly sought after spell these days, and very few are able to cast it. With changes, it is not the original spell, as I'm sure you understand, as it requires a high cost while lowering the spell's complexity in return. A high cost? Like a blood cost? No, cleric. The new cost is doubled, 1,000 crown, which is not too bad. My life is not worth much more than that, yeah? The Pale Man stares at you. Is this why I lost my ability to cast higher level spells? Potentially. What are the issues your body and soul appear to have had with my spell? It was not permanent. My soul and body? There's more common than you might think. It felt really weird when I woke up, like different. You said you're dark magic also. That can happen, yes. as it can with any resurrection magic when the soul is given sufficient time to spend away from its body. I honestly... can I go back to my old self? No. His a cold voice shows no interest in personal business. Right, I'll go speak with Lady Sageleaf. Good idea. Thank you, bye. Shit, questing tree? Viskin was the one brought you back, on behalf of Lady Sageleaf. Right. Let's go to Sageleaf. And we will handle the discussion at the Goblin Gardens next time. Well, if you like this episode, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!